Hello, where's your...
We are taking over! Hey! This is what is happening in Nigeria.
We are going to voice out our grievances. We are tired of being silent.
We are tired of being silent.
We are not going to be silent anymore.
Tired of saying at all.
We get mouth and we go use mouth.
Federal government value election pass Nigeria students.
We are not going to
I experienced this one. My brother was
that strike for their notice. They should make it as a demand. Federal government go first die. We don't go die before them.
They go die before us.
Yes.
ASUU strike just give us more ritualism,
more pregnancy, more ritualism, more
pregnancy, more abortion. No, no, it's unfair.
Safe abortion.
Nigeria government is miscues all over.
I'm telling you.
We don't tell
Inefficiency in the civil service is caused by graduates that do not receive quality education.
Federal government is this.
You cannot lie to us. We know the truth. They said we are lazy. They said we are lazy and jobless when they are not providing the job. President Buhari, I was part of the people that campaigned for you. I was in Abuja, in Rockville Hotel, Kubwa. You told us that we provide 40,000 jobs. You wrote my name down. You collected my certificate. Up to today, I don't have a job. Why now? Why? I was an undergraduate. You promised me a job. You did not give me. I came for my MSc. I still don't have a job. No hope to even graduate on time. When I entered other level, I don't get BSc.
As a good citizen of the country, girls, come and join my HK. Boys, you already have a day. That is what Buhari is turning us into. Girls now are doing a shower work. That's why they are seeing us to kill. Some of it. Buhari, are you mad? Buhari, are you mad? Even though you are mad, you can carry my psychiatry. I beg, help us have life. I be on good that talk life.
Not the truth, not the truth.
I beg. I've been in Uniben since 2008, 2009. For my family, then they call me professor. Bro, man, shut up. Certificate and no. One. Now me read pass, now me say pass. Now me block pass, now me still say pass. I know there's some of my village people, but now Uniben don't we say then give me amnesty. Ma come write the last exam. More now let me write this last exam. Finish March, April. Now they delay this stupid strike. What's there to pay the teachers? And I no pay them.
How much
fire. The worst part why here now they say polytechnics. Do you know they pay polytechnic lecturers more than the university?
Yes.
Which is so wrong.
And state investors.
Eh? I beg.
I get one song for Buhari. I get one song for Buhari. Buhari promised us, you know, do him. You know the song I get for him? Buhari, you and your boys. Thunder fire you for the lies you told us. Thunder fire you for evil cheating on us. We don't go better for you. Thunder fire you and your boys.
Buhari,
Let me talk about Buhari, you don't do anything. We are not in class, we are on the street. Thunder fire you. You are picking 2-3 months for NYC. Is that legal? Thunder fire you. As long as we remain outside, Buhari Thunder go fire you.
Amen.
I don't see anybody. Nobody give me job. I know I take for my school fees. No go better for anybody. We say no go better for me. We are the Sarasoke generation. We get banner for head where we know they agree. How can we come? How can we be students? I come to school and be suffering. Who go find you? Nobody finding you. But I know editor. Thunder fire anybody who say my teacher no go bright. Sarasoke generation. That was how they kill people. Electric toge. Ozuba and Badiwewe, they kill people. Nigeria, nothing happened. Now we are demanding education.
Nigerian students are tired of annual strike.
Annual strike. What is even annual strike?
Annual strike.
Strike is not part of our
more important than our future.
Even Nigeria now, we don't strike past thunder. Thunder, they let work from Nigeria. We don't strike past thunder. How many times Thunder don't strike this year?
God of Thunder.
They said we are the leaders of tomorrow. This is the tomorrow. Buhari is over 72. Is it obvious that we are the leaders of next tomorrow? Even next tomorrow, we are not even sure we are the leaders. They will tell the strike is too much.
I never guessed where they are strike. As in 4 years,
tell me, our lecturers are demanding for what is their entitlement. Tell me a lecturer in Nigeria that is a billionaire and a senator that doesn't even have first degree. We go out there and be collecting 35 million naira. And we will just sit 4 years. They will only sit 4 times in 1 month. They meet every Tuesday and they collect money. 35 million.
All these things they are doing is discouraging people from going to school. You are telling the youth to leave Yahoo and to leave ritual. But what are you providing for the youth?
Yahoo now has turned to youth empowerment in Nigeria.
Even
because the government cannot empower us.
The school now is not even sure. So what are you saying? Will you be blaming us now?
I blame myself for not learning tailoring in 2011. I blame myself when I finished secondary school 2011 and I did not learn tailoring. My friend Silas is a tailor. And now he's controlling Tirisop. I'm still pursuing MSc with no hope of even getting the job with the certificate. I regret for not learning mechanic. I regret for not learning tailoring because those guys are richer than me even after I get my master's degree. Is it supposed to be so?
No.
In a country where we have elites, in a country where we have men that call themselves elder statesmen, in a country where we have aristocrats and technocrats, yet we are still living a vilifying life. We are still living a downtrodden life. We are still living the life of chicken and the river when the world is already progressing. China is developing aeronautical engineers that are even thinking about how to bombard other planets. Nigeria is, we cannot even design Volkswagen car. Is it not pathetic? It is a colossal disaster. It is a magnanimous betrayal. We cannot even be happy about this. This is too wrong. It is abnormal to be normal in this abnormal country.
Make education standard. Make education standard. What is it?
We should be realistic.
You are telling you
when we talk about issues of national importance, don't think that we are stupid. It is a lie. If you have ever entered a plane and you go to first class session in a plane, and you see what our senators do with money, and you see what they do, you will know that there is no hope for this country. The only hope for this country is the hope in God. There's no hope in anybody. If you don't meet any of our demands, we will frustrate all your efforts in the next election.
We don't have so many demands.
If Nigeria cannot work,
meet ASUU's demand. Meet ASUU's demand.
Nigeria,
2009.
Make a bust your head. Do you know that Nigeria spent more than $4 trillion in the last 2015 election? The demand of ASUU is not even up to $1 billion. It's not even up to $1 billion. These are statistics that are available in their own data. The chief statistician of Nigeria was talking today that Nigeria has more than 1,500 professors and none of them is a billionaire. Is it not pathetic? And there's a senator inside National Assembly that is slapping somebody. There is a governor called Gandola that is putting dollar inside Agbada, and he does not even have a master's degree. He does not even have quality leadership. These are reality issues. Let's deal with them.
Go back. Go back. We don't hear one story.
Good day, fellow Nigerians. My name is Harris, social work department. We're out here today to speak our mind, to say our voice, that we are not happy with what the federal government is doing. Presently, you can see me with my ID card. I went here as a student for more than 5 years. I'm supposed to have graduated last year, but I'm still in the system. And federal government just said that there's a strike. Now, our plea for this process is number one, we want federal government to respond to our lecturers. It is a matter that has been on ground for so long. So we want response from our federal government. There should be a definite answer at this time. It is not about pleading, it's not about promise, it's not about fulfilling your promise. If you are promising them, that issue will still be on ground. No, my concern is this. What about those, after they have played with them, they can go to ASUU? What about those of us who graduate and leave? What about those who are coming to the system? How long are we going to continue to wait for them to respond? So I think the federal government respond to ASUU now. The answer is now. So tomorrow, if we don't have a proper response from the federal government, we're going to come here tomorrow. We're going to block the two-way road. It's our right. It's not a privilege. If we are educated, we can stand and transform this nation. I think the federal government should wake up from their slumber and do the needful. In our budget, education is outlined. Go to Edo State Ministry of Education. It is not to write about. It is destructive. You can't even appreciate it because the school system is dying gradually. So my concern is this: what is the future of those coming to the system? Somebody called me yesterday and said, "I just got my admission into Uniben." I said, "Thank you." In my heart of heart, when are you going to graduate? So it's easy to call me, but how do you go out? Be a good student. I was in a bus coming to this place, and the man was telling that before now, the Uniben, people do come from Ghana, South Africa for their masters and PhD. It's not like the same anymore because the system is dying. It's probably there are people who are on that ground benefiting from this ASUU strike. But I want to say enough is enough. Let's do the needful. Federal government, we are warning you. School is not a scam. School is not a privilege. School is our right.
Let's try our constitution.
Greatest Nigeria student. Greatest Nigeria student. They say we'll be leaders of tomorrow. Exactly. But our leaders of today want to be leaders of tomorrow.
How did tomorrow
How did tomorrow when they come for us? school, even before I don't spend 3 years for us. I just still come this school now, they don't give me admission finally. Even my ID card don't expire. I need to go with you. I need to go to another ID card again. So, what are we saying? Let the federal government meet the demand of their ASUU members. We not get issues. Education are our
just
rights.
let us go to school and graduate
at all. Now, what do we want? Education not be scam. The truth is that I feel that most of these senators are not educated, because if they are educated, they will know the value and the main purpose of education. I'll take it back. They educated earlier. The reason why they are called educated earlier is because why? They left this country, went outside the country to study, and when they came back, they knew the rules, they knew the ways of what the whites meant, and through that they were able to manipulate them, and they gain independence for this country. Where is this education going to? Here's our education going to. We need proper restoration. We need proper rehabilitation. We need proper reformation, reconstruction in all aspects of this education world. Our lecturers, money they are receiving, the one make senators they bash you, you know, rich. They have children too. We're not going to blame them, but our cry is from our hearts. The things that happen today, if not clear, it will happen tomorrow. If we say more sit down, say no concern us, it will happen to our own children. So now make us with a cry, not be for our own self, but for the generation after us. Because for the leaders, this generation are dead. The same will go to agriculture, go to other countries. Those in charge of agriculture, they are scholars, they are educated. You know, we read about the Asian Tigers. They went out to other countries, they studied other countries, and they came back and developed their own country. But in Nigeria here, not be so. They will carry their picking come out, they not bring their come back. They are picking all the money they carry from there, they'll give their picking for their sales. It's so bad. Education is priority. Education is a standard. In fact, education is life. So I don't know why our own senators, they're supposed to represent us, they disrespect us.
They are failing.
They are failing us. They are not the one who is supposed to be agitating. They are the one in Senate, in House of Assembly, who are there on our behalf, who are supposed to be crying. But now they are not representing us. So the Bible says the glory of the youth is in their strength. If we don't protest now, we cannot protest again. It's not when we are growing old. It's not when we are growing white here. We have to do it now. And that's tomorrow by the grace of God, because this is just a warning. That tomorrow, by the grace of God, we are going to block street to street, because that's the only way we can cry. That's the only way government will hear us. Because we need to do something that will affect every individual, every sector of this great country. If we don't love this country, we will not protest. If we don't love this country, we will do what other people are doing. Because of our passion for education and because of our passion to rule this country to make it a better place, we have to come here and protest in one voice. So don't be scared of any evaluation of any hoodlums. We are going to survive. We have been doing it before, and let me shock you, for the past 2 years there have been different types of protests. This is the first time it's happening. People know they protest before, but the youth are waking up, which is encouragement, and we continue to wake up. We not sleep again. We won't go school. The federal government must meet the demand of us. That's what we want, and they must take education as number one.
Education must be standard.
Sir, look at our budget. No education, nothing concern education. In fact, the people say education sector now just constant. You know they change, but it's not supposed to be so. Education now has gone far away. If you check other countries, they are using laptop. Even our own computer, faculty of computer science, they not get computer. They not get at all. See, their brain is so limited to this country that they don't even know what is happening outside our own country.
Now let Nigeria so the country where they use chocolate for
our senators are not doing their job, and let's also assure them, if they refuse to meet the demand of ASUU, because even the demand of ASUU is 13 years old. A child that is giving birth to from month 1, now 13 years old, you're supposed to know a day for this. It's supposed to not go. It's just that education is not the concern of any of our leaders in this country, and that is a very big shame. You know, we hear that our president is outside the country, but it was so painful for Minister of Education to announce to us that he is not aware of the strike. It's so painful. It's so painful. Sir, do you live around this quarter? but you are aware that the strike is ongoing. Yes. It's so painful. Then why? Is it that they are not educated? They don't watch news, or they don't see things that are happening?
I cannot tell you why.
It's so painful. So when we are telling them that the youth of Nigeria, we have future. The youth of Nigeria, we have hope. The youth of Nigeria, we are ready to serve. If they are not ready to serve, let us serve. I cannot graduate, and you are telling me that there's no need to even focus. Why am I here? Why am I going to the school? Our own is to improve, and by the grace of God we improve. There is future for Nigeria, there is hope for Nigeria, there is peace for Nigeria, there is love for Nigeria. Amen. And we shall prove them, and we shall prove them wrong.
Exactly.
We move.
One Nigeria.
What is the use of BSc when it cannot even be BSc in your own country? So, the question I'm asking our government is this: what do you profit for seeing the people you call the leaders of tomorrow suffer? And when they try to make ends meet for themselves, you call them criminals. And when they try to survive, you say they are bad, or you call them hooligans. Now, why go on strike when you know your children are not even in the country? They don't experience what we experience. What is the use of even the educational system when it's not profitable to the youth anymore? If you know you cannot sustain an educational system, why don't you just close it and let us all face reality?
Exactly.
So when we come out from secondary school, we know we are going to learn work. But this is not all I have to say. What I have to say is this. For me, I believe the time of the old men are over. It's time for the youth to take over. Now let we the youth see these as a project come 2023 and tell the government that if the youth cannot take over this country, then it means we'll continue to live a layman's life. And when we now become old, we don't have any story to tell our children. Please. This is not all about we shouting and fighting and why they strike or no strike. But this is us telling them that when we take over, we will make changes and we'll rectify problems. So the youth out there, this is what is happening right here in Benin City. Uniben precise and ASUU all over the world. So let me tell you one thing. If we not stand up, we know see chest down next time.
We are not happy. How can we come to school? A 4-year course will become a 6-year course. It is now a culture for ASUU and the federal government that every year they are now striking every year. There will be a strike. Is it an annual strike? Is it an annual strike? No. How can we come to school 4 years course, 6 years? Those doing 5 years course will not spend 8 years in school. When they are sharing billions in the House of Assembly, the House of Representatives and the Senate, and nothing to show for our education system. They said we are the leaders of tomorrow. Yes, we are the tomorrow. We are still praying for the leaders of tomorrow. Is this war? And this war? It is our calling to see that our education system, what are we asking for? Federal government meet ASUU's demand. It is 13 years now. 13 years. What are we doing? Federal government meet ASUU's demand. Now we want to use this medium. We are calling on all federal universities and their students to come out in mass and make sure our voice is heard. This is a warning. This is a warning, and we are making it a global protest, a national protest. They must hear us this time. NSAS was just a tip of an iceberg. This time they will hear the voice of Nigerian students. This is their My name is Famous. I am a student of the University of Benin. Thank you. Yes.
The greatest Nigerian student.
Yes.
The greatest Nigerian student.
Yes.
During my undergraduate, I entered school 2012, graduated 2019. Now I'm running my MSc. I'm still facing the same problem. ASUU versus federal government. Is it normal? Is it normal, my fellow students? No! The demand of ASUU is 1/80 times lesser than the money spent on 2015 election. Is it too big to be met?
No.
The money for renovation of the National Assembly is even more than the demand of ASUU. The quality of education in Nigeria will improve if the federal government improves the quality of salary paid to our lecturers. It is the worthy of lecturers that they are asking us. ASUU is demanding what is their entitlement. It is a right, not a privilege. And they are demanding for it. And we are in support of it because when they get it, they will impart in us the right knowledge. We want to be intellectually sound, we want to be morally sound. And as we are now, it is obvious to you and I that we are not intellectually and morally sound. Because we are well affected by this crime. It is abnormal to be normal in this abnormal country. Please, let the federal government know that we will not leave. Tomorrow, the strike is going to take another dimension. This protest too will take another dimension. We will make sure that every road in Benin is blocked. There will be total lockdown without quarantine. I'm doing well. My name is Emmanuel Angela Olua.
Sharp. We are meeting by 5 o'clock. Off camera.
Actually, the video me now. They are done with off camera.
Pandemic protest.
Okay. They are
we are done. And are you on air now?
Yeah.
All right. I want to tell you that you cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry. Federal government has beaten us. In fact, they have been pushing us to the wall for several times now, and we have been silent. But now we can't keep quiet anymore, and that is why we have all understood ourselves, and we have come together to register our anger towards the nonchalant attitude of the federal government towards the academic staff in our universities. Sometimes we hear lecturers collecting money from students, doing this one, doing that one. How can you not be paying somebody, how can you pay somebody a peanut and expect the person not to collect money? There are ways we propagate immoralities in society. When somebody cannot meet up with his standard, when he cannot eat 3 square meals a day, he would have no option than to start looking for alternatives of making money for himself. Federal governments have not reviewed the salaries of the university lecturers for 13 years now, and you expect this person to still live happily, to still remove hand from immoralities. That person will not have any option to go.
Now why they know they go?
And that is why we are protesting, because once it is good for the lecturers, it is good for the students, and even for the market women outside school will be happy, because there will be circulation of money. You understand? So, but now federal government has given a deaf ear to the demands of ASUU universities. So please, we are telling the federal government to come to the aid of the students at this moment. We cannot afford causing violence in the streets again because of one issue or other. If all the students leave campus now, obviously there will be high cases of immorality in society. And that's why we are here to give them warning. We're only giving a warning protest so that they can do the needful, and then we will surely clap for them if they do the needful. So thank you, and God bless you.
The other guy made contact.
You want to show your face.
Can you speak to us? Okay. Yeah. Your name, sir?
Huh?
Your name?
Okay, my name is Foster Amadi, and I'm the SUG president, student senior government. And at this point, we are not happy and we are not pleased about what's ongoing in the University of Benin and in federal universities generally at large. And we are at the streets to ensure that our grievances are heard and listened to by whosoever concerned. Our grievances should be listened to by whosoever concerned. And now that's the reason we are in the streets today. We have been delayed academically. Our rentage is almost expired, and we still have to pay on that rent if we are spending more time in it. We are discussing activities, and by this position and by this disposition of the federal government and ASUU, they are breathing swap Because when we go back home, I will not want to resume again. And if I talk about resume, some of our ladies will come back pregnant. All these delay that now we don't want anymore. Some will come back ritualists. Some will come back with internet frauding. And they are saying they want to eradicate hoodlums in the country. How would they do that if they don't allow us sit in our classes and learn appropriately? If we don't have anything to do, we will find something to do. Since we don't have class to go, we will find the road to occupy. And we occupy here until our grievances are heard. Thank you very much.
The Bible does say an idle man is the devil workshop. Yeah, I am ready. If ASUU and federal government don't want us to work, then we will allow the devil to use us as his workshop. What to be the devil workshop? My Lord, if I may. My Lord, may we? Shall we? We shall. No, face camera, give him one up. Attorney General. You want to start?
My name is Attorney General. Yeah, it is very, very appalling that we are still having after so many agitations. Like the issue of ASUU strike has been a custom in Nigeria. That for every 3 months that we have to go to school, we still have to go to strike. Let me quickly reiterate this: that in 1981. There was an act of the parliament which was domiciled in Nigeria. That is called the African Charter of Human and People's Rights. By virtue of Article 17, sub 1 of that act, education is supposed to be the right of Nigerian students. But today, what do we see? We just see a situation whereby we go to school 1 week, 3 weeks ASUU strike. In fact, Nigerian students, we are tired. We are tired of this issue. We want this issue to be a thing of the past. And how do we do that? Is to register our displeasure in the streets today. And let me quickly reiterate this: if this thing is not solved within the interval of, let me say, sooner rather than later, we will keep occupying this street till something is done. Because you cannot expect us to be students. You cannot expect us to be that disciplined students that you want to see in this in the helm of leadership tomorrow, and you will not give us a quality education. Let me say it: no nation, no student, no nation can go higher than the educational system. The educational system is poor. We don't even have better facilities to even learn. Okay, that is after having said that, that's aside. The issue now, the issue of we roaming around the school, we don't have anything to do now. It's very, very appalling. So we say no to ASUU strike. We say that federal government should do the needful. We say that federal government should intervene. If federal government should keep money to give to people by way of negotiating, so that bandits will not take over everywhere. Let them inject more funds for education to see the light of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Refreshment for speaker. Attorney General, please. I will call you. We are on the live stream. You are the president. So I will want you
Firstly, I want to say this thing without fear of victimization.
Your name, sir?
My name is Honorable Shiswenteso Benedict of the Student Union Government, Federal University of Benin. And I think one of the major challenges or one of the major problems we are having in the country is that over the time we permitted the senators, the House of Representatives, the ministers, the president, we permitted their children to be schooling in abroad. That is one of the things that is causing those problems. Because a situation where none of their child is schooling in this country, that gives them a mindset of nothing concerns them with the educational sector of Nigeria. Therefore, at this point in time, if this very solidarity we've started, if we continue with this, we are going to ensure that both their children that are schooling abroad should be returned back home to face the same challenge we are facing, because this is an agenda to continue with their enslavement. a situation where their children further their education in abroad to become intellectually sound. When they come back home, they continue to rule us from where their father stopped. So we are saying enough is enough. What ASUU are demanding for is not too much. Whether it is entitlement, whether it is allowances, whether it's their salary, is not too much. Federal government should answer ASUU. What we've just started is just to show off our grievances. By tomorrow, we are coming here and we'll ensure that both roads are blocked, and we ensure that all roads linking to Benin City and Edo State at large are blocked. And with this, we are inviting all the Nigerian Student Association. If you are a student of Nigeria, we are inviting you for this very protest. Come out and show your grievances. Enough is enough of all of this. Thank you. I'm good.
You don't around when we protest no charges. When we our union get very active. I don't see their union what people don't but the silence.
ASUU will come and meet us here.
Just stay here.
And they are aware of I don't want you to continue the way that it is. We are in the jet age. You must use the power of your strength and intellect to drive the boat. So by 4, the number of us will stay again. We are meeting by 4. They will bring the... We are waiting for
Kukoza pawati kwitsa
Bosa! Bosa!
Respect rules.
continue.
I'll get rid of this for everything.
Because you have everything. You have everything it takes. You have everything. So after this meeting, we are going to do a reappraisal. We have not seen a protest like this. Why is this so peaceful, responsible? I just saw the president and some person speaking waste from the floor. That is the house for this election. So we will meet, redesign the strategy. We will join you to our protest. You are helping us. By the time you graduate, you will still be receiving a salary. You are not the one that will receive a salary. So you are helping us. We are more involved in this struggle. So we will continue to push forward. But how we push? Somebody just made a statement. The protests have not started. This is just an introduction. We will design a strategize so that it will make impact. So by 4 o'clock, like we said, and I agree. Solidarity plan. Whatever it is. Of course, I don't after this, all of us will reappraise what we have done. Then tomorrow strategize. The protests have not ended. They should know. So we are thinking about thank you for helping us. You are helping us. So from I can never be intimidated. Great. Hello. Please come. Baga. Great. What I did, what I done. But I'm here to solidarize with you guys. I'm so proud of you because that is how our things is important in your mind. University of Benin is supposed to be number 1, say be number 1 as far as ASUU is concerned. I'm proud of you guys. Even when we saw the protest of last month in television, people were still calling me, Andy O'Kelly, your boys are protesting against us. What we did then, some of us thought that the American government have gone down or then based on we are also happy to be together, bringing out the fire and the spirit and the time. Thank you all for doing this. That's not easy. Stay at home. It's not an easy thing. We lost the year in our time and they provide to jump together. See of that protest, not today strike, not today brigade start. So what we are trying to say is that we have led a lot of protests in this community. But the fundamental things that as you are living, some people are doing what's falling by stealing, by go and do the wrong thing. That's why the management have talked to in a peaceful way. Your news has gone viral to the media. Everybody has seen that the better of has come out again. When you leave now, you come back to the again, you see that yes, the protest continues. But if you continue to stay here, some of the elements who are not really good to have the protest in this arena. When they need to enter, you need to enter into your meter. So we are begging you people to let us go back to our 4 o'clock to go and let us collaborate on this arena and converse at the level of arena so that we can deliberate and brainstorm. So we are still done. But know that we will meet in our 4 and 4 up to 4 o'clock. If your strength can carry you for a long time, you can be here. But my strength will not carry me. I'm going to go and come and do so if you want to take 2 hours, 3 hours, people are already because hear your voice.
What to assure you that, as you can see, that we are here, we are responsible to behave ourselves as you have already acknowledged. We have behaved ourselves here. And we promise you that we continue to behave ourselves. We are going to meet in the evening. All in the evening. We are meeting together, but whatsoever we are going to be in the evening, I'm going to look on behalf of everyone here that is aligning with you. We are going to come back to the road and we are going to ensure that nobody hijacks it. Because we that we are here today, we have ensured that there is a complete. We know the basics. How what we are demanding.
You're not a journalist now.
Ensure that the efforts made.
Okay, you didn't laugh.
Because our mission together is aligned. We know that once your demands are met, it is for the betterment of our own future. You will in fact better interaction.
Some of us are not farmers.
Yeah.
Some of us are not drive.
I said it to that citizen. I told them that I've never seen a professor in Nigeria that is a billionaire except
Thank God you understand the problem, so we are so happy about it.
We indeed appreciate your the summary of all that was talked about. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate everybody.
Thank you. So, the president will have the last word, like when we are to leave here. So we'll leave, look at the language, we evaporate, and it comes from I'm wearing jeans, I carry my placard.
Yes, sir. There is something I want to say that is very, very important, sir. This fight actually is a body NAS.
No NAS. It's SUG, no NAS.
This one is SUG because NAS has planned for this. No NAS has already planned for this. But this is happening now. The youth are fighting. Not youth. If the Nigerian students, yes, the youth, that is that's what I mean. Because there's something I want to say. If the youth wants to fight, it should be the youth. If the student wants to fight, it should be the student. And if ASUU want to fight, it should be ASUU. Now, if the students are fighting, it's very important we know ourselves and we gather ourselves, we organize ourselves and do the right thing. Because if truly we continue fighting without it, it will be as if it's ASUU that is pushing us into the fight. So many things come out of it. That is why I want us to have a meeting, talk to ourselves and understand what we are doing here and know what we are doing here so that we can achieve. Because if we continue like this, our future is at stake. We are fighting for our future.
So please, what is the agreement?
It's not SUG, take note, it's Nigerian students.
If we fight for ASUU tomorrow, the problem has still arise. Yes. That is the reason why we need to fight for ourselves, so that tomorrow the problem will be resolved. And that is the reason why we are out today. We are fighting for ourselves, for our future, for our younger generation future. That is what we want. Please, all of us we should understand.
We fight today. We get our solution today.
Business. Everything depends on interest. The interest of the student is why we are here.
Yes.
You understand? So, social group, the most priority there is interest. ASUU is different body, NAS is different body, SUG is different body. But we are representing Nigerian students now, and we want to go back to school. We don't want to concern us with ASUU or whether. What we know that we want to go back to school, whatever that means, ATB.
We don't want to hear you. What we know is that we must attend that it and lecturers must hear us. True or false?
Let's
We must graduate.
anything other than going into the classroom is coming back to the program. Lecturer will not create that class.
Where one enter?
That's right.
After now, block the main gate.
If we continue like this, it's as if they are pushing, they are spreading the fight. We are not fighting for that. It's
our life, it's our future, it's our destiny. That is what we want, and that is why we continue fighting until we get it right. Okay, you want to go on the spot. Then you come back.
Governor, where were you?
I don't want to know. Because we're not happy. This is for our future. This is for our future.
Wait. Let me take that both of us. Okay.
No, we are going to have to stay right now. We're going to let them know that we come now too. You can come now.
Okay, yes.
Let's go. Because the SUU major people that are involved. Yes.
Hold on, bro.
Of course. We have heard our grievances. We went.
Some of you hold enough to vote. Some of us still pay to educate you on this and you said no.
People like me, I said no. I supported Buhari with my life. Yes, I supported Buhari with my life. I was in Rockview Hotel to campaign for Buhari. I was an official member of Buhari's campaign team, headed by Rotimi Amechi. Today, Rotimi Amechi is a minister. They don't give me job, but they promise me. They tell me say they will give me job for FIRS. Where the job now? Not be me come pursue masters. The same job where they say they go give me. When opportunity come for job at FIRS, they tell me say make I get MSc. Now I don't come for the MSc now. They don't want to make I even.
They don't doubt this guy graduation. They don't believe they no graduate for school.
I they tell you.
Upon say you do MSc, they doubt the student. Like when I come, I don't get mustache, I don't get beard, I don't get my short. My younger one.
I they tell you.
Our last one, the right job.
My mates, they don't born finish. They don't get their last one.
I dey fear if the student no one born.
I dey fear. I be student. Make I don't go born. No can see job to take care of pikin. I don't want born pikin wey go dey swear for me. Even the Nigeria no trust Nigeria. Even Buhari no trust ASUU. Now why they travel go? If the president does not trust ASUU, why should I trust my future with this government? You are not paying my lecturers and you want my future to be bright. Don't you know that the probability of a bright future is directly proportional for the quality of education received by an individual? The probability of having a future that is well guaranteed is directly proportional to the quality of education received by that individual. And it is obvious in Nigeria there is no quality education.
None.
It is very, very obvious. If not, why should we be suffering like this? Why should we be under the someone we are supposed to do inside the class? It is bad. This is a colossal disaster. This is a colossal disaster. This is a misdemeanor of the highest order. This is not what we want. And harmoniously we have agreed. We have agreed to air our grievances, to this very government, we are intellectually sound and we know what we are doing. Yeah. What we are doing is for the benefit of all of us and for the future generation behind us. History will bear us witness that while we were young men and youthful and vibrant, we did the right things and spoke against things that are supposed to be spoken against. History will bear us witness that we did not keep quiet and watch our future being messed with. History will bear us witness that we are making the move to do the right things. How can a lecturer in the university be poorer than a senator who only sits less than 10 times in Nigeria? Is that proper? Let's be realistic. They keep lying to us. They keep lying to us. There's no money in Nigeria. There's no money in Nigeria. Our president is using a car worth more than 400 million naira. Official car. And he told us when he came in, he's going to manage funds. When Jonathan was in power, the amount of the official car driving our president then was less than 100 million. I can tell you, he was driving a Peugeot. A Peugeot was the official car of President Goodluck Jonathan, and it is worth less than 90 million naira. What is driving what is worth more than 400 million? And you keep telling us you will guarantee our education. Education is a right and not a privilege. And we'll continue to fight for our rights. We are heading to ASUU office inside Uniben, and we are not stopping. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I cannot be running my MSc and be suffering in a country like Nigeria. Someone will open their mouth and tell me that what we are doing is a sign of irresponsibility. You expect me to be responsible to a government that is not responsible to the quality of education that I am receiving. You expect me to sit at home for 1 month as a warning to sit at home for an unknown period? Is that right? I would not lie to you. I am a Nigerian, but I'm not comfortable being a Nigerian. My mates in other countries are either working or owning their personal business. I can't even own a personal business because the condition of the country, economic situation of the country, will not allow small businesses to thrive. This is reality. You know they agree, oh. They see my face, see how they sweat, see the fat out from my hand. No be action bitter they talk, or no be alomo. Now my brain they talk, oh, I know they agree. This is wrong. We are sitting down 1 month as a warning to further sit down for a time that we don't know. Until our lecturers return to class, we will block all the roads inside Benin. So now they hear. No roads for anybody. You want to mortgage our future. President Buhari, your own son served for 3 months. 3 months! They presented a NYC certificate for him. We will serve Nigeria for 1 year, and Nigeria cannot service our future. What a colossal disaster. It is not right. It is not the best. It is not encouraging. I cannot even have the Nigerian spirit. The Nigerian spirit cannot be in anybody that is living in Nigeria because the standard of living is not even satisfying. You want me to believe in a country like Nigeria, a country that does not even believe in my future, a country that is not investing in how I can be intellectually sound, a country that does not even think of my productivity and the impact of my success in life, the contribution of the impact of my success in life on the development of this country. A country where the children of politicians are given first-class treatment and the children of the poor masses are treated as slaves. You will be a civil servant in Nigeria for 35 years. They will remove money every month for your salary to pay you as your pension after 35 years. And even from that your pension, there will still be bank deduction. From that pension, there will still be indemnity. For what reason? In a country that has legislators who are collecting 35 million per month. You're wrong now. Oh wrong, go right now. Kini yo normal now. Oh yeah, and you know I'm a one now. So normal. Go normal now. Ewani kama mazazu. Ewani kama mazazu. Is it normal? They say Nigerian youths are lazy. Me, I'm not lazy. Oh, I'm not lazy. Fuck laziness. We have done the right things. May we cross. May we cross. We are going to ASUU office now to let them know. We are going to let them know. We have tried our best to be reasonable Nigerians. our protests have been peaceful and we are continuing. We are not stopping. Oh wrong! Oh wrong! Buhari's child graduated and he got a job. This boy served in the office of Miyetti Allah. The same Miyetti Allah that are backing terrorists. Telling us that terrorists are better than we that are in school. See Nigeria, a country that cannot even manage security. How will they be able to manage education? We have over 1,500 professors in Nigeria and none of them is a billionaire. Except the ones that are involved in politics. And these people are our welfare. This thing they are fighting for, they don't fight for this thing since 2013. You never tire government. You never even tire. You the whole person basis in 2013. And you never pay. Yoruba they say Ogata, oh Allah pay. Allah it's not normal now. Sure. This country, it's abnormal to be normal in a country that like Nigeria. Nigeria is an abnormal country, and it's abnormal to be normal in Nigeria. Very, very abnormal. If you are a youth in Nigeria, you can see that this government, they don't have anything. Now they are trying to tell us to talk us out of staying on the road. But we, until we return to our classes, until ASUU strike stops, we will block every road. You know, they agree. Let them know, wherever you are watching from, let them know. Tomorrow in Benin, no road for anybody. Even if Governor Obaseki comes out, we will not allow any car to pass. In fact, the best thing you do yourself as a government official is to sit in your house tomorrow. Because if you want to use government powers to take us from the road, we will first ask you to return our lecturers back to the classes. Until our lecturers are returned back to the classes, we will not leave the roads. They say we don't talk too much. We don't talk too much. Yeah, Nigerian youth, they don't pay us money to come protest. Nobody give me one shishi. See, Fanta, they give me money for the jokers now. For they flex my life. What can you say? You are not paying somebody that is imparting knowledge in me. If you pay the lecturers well, there will be no need to protest. There will no need to go on strike. All the demand of ASUU is still for the benefit of the students. I looked at all the demands of ASUU and I saw that this demand is not even a selfish demand. It's a demand for the benefit of both the students and the lecturers. Welfare is something that we should be all concerned about, but they are not concerned about this. And we are not happy. We are not happy and we'll continue to say that we are not happy. We want to go back to class. We want to go back to class. They say Uniben students and then get banana. Yes, now them get banana. We are here. We are not joking. Freedom, educational freedom is what we need. We need educational autonomy in this country. They will keep lying to you. You are too young to contest. If someone like Tinubu is aspiring to be the leader of tomorrow, Tinubu wants to be the leader of tomorrow, and he cannot even talk about this ASUU issue. Tinubu is still part of the same system that is still giving us all these things. And 2023, some people will still say they want to vote for Tinubu. 2023, you will even still see young minds, young person like me, we still say Tinubu, they want to be like Tinubu. A man that is over 72, and he has people that have followed him more than 30 years, and from his followers, he cannot even see one person that can rule Nigeria except him himself. Is that not funny? If you are my mentor for 30 years, and you cannot trust me with leadership, then you have failed as a mentor. You have failed as a mentor. I have the right to tell the world that you have mentored me wrongly. You have dismentored me. In fact, you have sent me out of what is called mentorship. You have sent me into mental slavery. Anybody that is still, you have been following Tinubu for 30 years, and you are proud to say that you are supporting Tinubu for presidency, you should be a fool. Tinubu is not even medically fit. Age-wise, he's not fit. In a country like Nigeria, everybody is a crazy person. Buhari fell sick because Nigeria is not a country that can be run by an old man. You have to be agile, physically fit to run Nigeria. You know the medically sound, you won't rule Nigeria. You have to do yourself where they don't give pressure, you still die. Not to talk of person where they go put pressure for your head. 2023, either young or old, whoever becomes Nigerian president, the kind of pressure where you go see, you go times 10. And this is what we are talking about. Education. They don't even want the youth to even progress. The strategy of this country is to destroy the knowledge that enter your head. They want to ensure that you don't get the right knowledge. They know once you get the right knowledge, your eyes of understanding will be opened. Even God, where they heaven, you get why he say make Adam and Eve no chop the fruit, so that they no go see some things. And when they see the things, God has to send them out of the garden. The same thing these people want to do. They want to be like God over us. So they want to ensure that we don't go to school. They want to ensure that we receive corrupt education, incomplete education, below standard education, whereas they will take their children to go and school abroad and be taught to come and now take over the jobs that we should be doing. And the same Nigerians, we are the taxpayers. These people will enjoy government. We endure government. Nigeria, this country is set up. You can see what I'm saying. They enjoy the government. We will endure government. They will retire you from civil service, but they don't retire from politics. You see how? This country. And some people will still say what this university they do. They not try. They block road. They do this thing. Why where they block our future, uncle? Why where they block people's salary, uncle? Even police now, they never see food chop. Police where they say me they come block us from protest, they go sit down, they're tired because they don't see food chop. Salary no day. They come they lie for you. They come they lie for you. Say Nigeria no be good country. Say Nigeria no be Nigeria youth are lazy. Nigeria youth don't have willpower. Nigeria youth are the most hardworking set of people in the whole world. Go anywhere and you find a Nigeria. A Nigerian is mentally designed, naturally designed to be hardworking. And you tell me that people like me, someone speaking, as they see me they talk, you know, like I no get sense, and person go tell you say I'm a lazy Nigerian. The president of my nation. I am a nationalist, I believe in Nigeria, but I don't believe in the leadership of Nigeria. A leadership that does not think that my future is important. A leadership that does not think that my future is essential. A leadership of a country that does not think that I can be great. I am standing and I will continue to stand against what is called poor education, against what is called poor knowledge impartation. No lecturer go one come class if you don't see food chop. Instead of get children, I get family to feed. If you meet the demand of ASUU, you have met my demand indirectly. Because I will even demand less. Comfortable study environment, build facilities, all these things are things you can do easily. All these things are things you can do without stress. The money that was spent in the last election in Nigeria, they spent over 4 trillion, nine they spent, $1 trillion, nine they spent, no be billion, no $1 trillion, nine they spent, both legally and illegally, where they spent for 2015 election. The demand of ASUU is even less than 1 trillion. Yeah. And they will call the lie for you. Go and verify these statistics. They will say we are young, we are stupid. Only Atiku said $5,000 to 5,000 people. You know how much the rest even share, and they will still lie to you. They will lie to you. They think we are stupid. We don't know what we are doing. We are going now. We are meeting with ASUU. ASUU Uniben. They want scope us. They don't come give us scope. They will not protest. They don't put fear for ASUU body. If be like say Obaseki or some people don't call them, say okay, so they know they protest. Now they don't block road. We don't go leave the road though. And I tell you tomorrow, if anybody try to scatter our protest, this one no be answers. We will put camera for your face, live video. If you are planning, if government go use you tomorrow, to come scatter election, we no go agree. Cameraman, we are going to ASUU office. Yeah. Great. See the SUG president and the speaker, they are vibrating there. Yeah. I'm happy. Tomorrow we will still reconverge to come and do the right things. We are not afraid of anybody. We have been doing this protest right. You can see nobody is fighting. You don't see talk here. Peaceful. No be Igbo with the use talk. No be action bitter. No be Alomo. Now our brain with the use talk.
Yeah. We are the ones at the end of everything. We are the recipients. Now, we have been at the main gates for the past 5 hours. no ASUU member. Even the chairman, who's supposed to be in solidarity with us, is in the office. Are we fighting for are we fighting a low battle?
Thank you.
No, students matter to us.
Uniben students. Yes, I will expect that when an action like this is to be undertaken, and the expectation is that the union should be involved, I would have thought that the union should also be informed that there was an action that was.
That's the union.
Okay. I remember that while I was in Lagos for our next meeting, I was in touch with the student union president, and I had given him briefs of what was going on. And then when the strike was also declared eventually, I interacted with the student union president and also the PRO. I'm sure both of them can attest to that. Even today, when I saw that there was an action going on at the gate, I called the student union president and informed him that we needed to come together and interact so that we can synergize in a way, because we're fighting the same cause. So that is well established. Just to emphasize that the plight of the students, both in the University of Benin and universities across, has always been the focal point of ASUU struggles. You can look around this campus. The majority of the buildings and projects you have going on here are TED Fund and NICS projects. And these are the children of ASUU struggles. Because we have always insisted that government must fund education adequately. When we go and negotiate with government and we sign agreements with government, what is number one, topmost on the agenda is always funding for the revitalization of Nigerian public universities. You find that there's some work going on in some of the universities across Nigeria. It's because of the pressure that ASUU has put on the government. ASUU compelled the government many years ago to go around the universities, and they saw that the conditions in which students were living were quite abysmal. And so government elected to commit 1.3 trillion.
Sunday.
Because of rain.
Students, Nigerian students.
So as I said, what is fundamental to ASUU in all of its struggles is the sustenance of Nigerian university system. That public universities in Nigeria will not go the way of primary schools and secondary schools. They have destroyed public primary schools. They have destroyed public secondary schools. They are coming for public universities. And we are saying our children do not have the resources to access education in private universities. As I speak, my son is a student in the Faculty of Engineering. Now that the strike has been declared, he will come home to me and stay with me. So for us lecturers, it's a question of double jeopardy.
I'll tell you,
that we're suffering lack of welfare for what we do, and then our children also are denied access to education. What happens during the last strike? During the last strike, my son, who was at the UDSS, was sent home. He stayed at home for 1 month because we could not afford the school fees. It is unimaginable that a lecturer who has worked in an institution for upward of 20 years cannot take home more than 300,000 naira.
Imagine.
It's abysmal. It's a shame.
It's a colossal disaster.
In countries where they want to develop, in countries where they have a sense of direction, they pay the greatest attention to education and to the welfare of teachers. go to Germany, the best set of well-paid people are the teachers.
Right.
Because they know the value of education. While other countries are making effort to go to the moon and to space, we are tracing grazing routes. So you can see what situation we are in. But we are saying all of these incessant strikes that have been occasioned by the negligence of government as regards to university education, that it must come to an end. This time, let us do it once and for all. So this strike has been called, it's a one-month strike in the first instance. It's just a strategy. Yes.
Hello. Kulu. I will not lose focus.
We are saying, let us adopt a strategy for which reason, and by which reason, after this strike, our students will not have to have their educational system truncated all the way. So we'll do it once and for all. And I'm saying it's a rolling strike. Yes. We are with you. It's a rolling strike. It will roll for the first 1 month. After which we will meet again to review government's response to the situation and decide on the next line of action. But what is important is for us as students to understand that this strike is not against our students. I just told you that my son is involved. This strike is not against our students. This strike is actually, in fact, that we want the federal government to come and cater for education. Those of you who are in the sciences, we go to your labs, what is there? Nothing. Those who are in engineering, what is there? I asked my son is studying engineering. I said, what are the things they teach you there? He says, it's all theory. Because there are no facilities, there are no equipment. You understand what I'm saying? We have visited the hostels, and we have also made the presentations appropriately. Yes. That the living conditions of the students also need to be improved. So that's what we want you to understand, and that's why I was saying the student union leadership will always interact with the union so that we can forge a common front and prevail on government to do what is necessary for education and for Nigerian students. In the course of our negotiations with the government, they proposed that they will introduce education banks, because we are against the imposition of school fees for student tuition fees, and that's what they have been clamoring for all the while. That if we are saying they should improve our welfare, then we should allow them charge fees, and we say you cannot charge fees. We believe that Nigeria has enough resources to sponsor the education of our children here. Chapter 2 of Nigeria's constitution states it clearly there that it is the government's responsibility to provide education for our children. And so we are saying that we cannot allow our students be charged school fees, because what it means is that the generality of our children who belong do not belong to the ruling class will definitely be denied access to quality education. Just like me, sir. And so they are saying that they will provide banks where students can go and borrow some money. And what they have said is that what they have estimated. What they have estimated.
Normally, now papa go borrow money, not be win.
What they have estimated that should be the cost of training one child in the university is 700,000 a year. And so what they are saying is that they will give the students, they will pay for the students. So you won't even have the money. They will pay for the students, and only God knows what will happen in the process of payment, what they will actually pay and what will go into private pockets. But then they will pay for the students, and when you graduate, you will enter into a bond, and then you pay back just like Nigeria. And we now ask, listen, we then ask, when these students graduate, and you're expecting them to pay back a loan of 700,000, where will they work to earn the money to pay back these loans? We know that a huge number of our graduates are working the streets, unemployed. The rate of unemployment in this country is better imagined, and you are asking the students to come and obtain loans so that when they graduate, they can now pay back the loans when there are no jobs. So we said that is unacceptable. Yes, that is unacceptable to ASUU. We will never support the payment of fees. It's just to underline the point that the interest of the students is paramount in the heart of ASUU. And so whatever it is that we are doing, we are always ensuring that our students are well catered for.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, some person ask
the dishonorable minister of Labour said it's not well.
We are not
one after the other.
We are not all unaware of the shenanigans of government. If you remember, across this country, before in November, when we were to declare this strike in November, a group came up, that's the Nigeria Inter-Religious Council. They came up and said they will want to intervene, and we said, well, very well, we don't want the strike. If there are other means by which this strike can be averted, we are well open to it, we welcome it. And so they came, interacted with us, and went back to interact with the federal government. To tell you that when they were interacting with the federal government, the Minister of Education, in whose ministry the Nigeria National Universities Commission is under, and the universities are under, the Minister of Education was not invited to that meeting. He was excluded from the meeting. It was when the president came, and then I swear the Minister of Education, and they said it wasn't there. I said you cannot be discussing education and ASUU matter without the Minister of Education. So we understand from what has transpired that there are interests going on in government. They don't want to do anything about education. The Minister of Education is someone who has been vocal in support of ASUU, and so they want to exclude him from all the discussions and all the negotiations. So the Indige says he's not aware. We don't have to go and obtain permission from him to embark on a strike. We suspended our last strike. We simply resumed it. So we didn't come to strike. We simply resumed. Because they violated the terms of the agreement that they reached with us in December of 2020. They said they were going to do ABCD with timelines. Those timelines have been exceeded by over a year. Who will say we have not been patient enough? As I said before, you must have sympathy for your teachers. There is nothing that we do that we don't borrow money. Not to pay school fees, not to pay house rent. This is the car I ride. Look at it.
See our Africa.
Hello, please. One house, please. There's a pertinent.
Greatest Uniben students. We will talk. Yes. We will hear our views, and our views will be heard.
Before I take your question, just to say that apart from the students, we're also calling on all other well-meaning Nigerians to come out and prevail on government to save public universities. Students, market women, artisans, the media, everyone else, we must join forces together and hold the government to account for how they are spending our resources.
Saying that the minister of the dishonorable minister of Labour is saying that it's not coming.
Hello, Namuna.
As for yet, they are not willing to cooperate. So what are we going to do? Are we saying that we are going to be on strike forever? So let me say something. I just paid one increment rent in the cost of 150,000. My parents borrowed money to pay it. I thought that's my last.
For where?
Now, if this strike is something that's going to continue us at the end, I will still have to pay another. It's not fair.
We'll meet the lecturer.
Why can't we just wait 2023 and vote in a new government that actually
you cannot predict what you do on that. The government that comes after Buhari is worse than Buhari. What we are saying is that what we are saying is that it's just to be resolute. It's just to be resolute and insist on what you believe is a just cause that you are fighting. We know that we are fighting a just cause, so we will not back down. We will fight it to the end once and for all. We don't want another strike next year.
Thank you very much, sir. We're having a meeting. So we're having a meeting by 4 o'clock. All management, dean of students, CSO, everybody with the students at all by 4 this evening. We want to re-strategize and show solidarity with ASUU.
Thank you very much.
I want you as a union. We are informing now because from your first statement you say you were not informed about that.
Correct, yes.
We are now informing you that we are having a kind of meeting at Auto Car Park where we are inviting ASUU, because by tomorrow we are expecting ASUU to be at the forefront of this struggle at the main gate. No leader. Nobody is leading us. Nobody is leading us, but we want ASUU
to show
solidarity because we are going to block main gate till government answers us.
We will show solidarity with our students. I already told you that most of the action that we have taken over the years is in solidarity with our students. Later on, after this gathering here, I will interact with the student president. I already told them before that we were to hold a meeting. I'm just getting to know about this your meeting. Otherwise, we have also scheduled a meeting here in this secretariat for 4 p.m.
Maybe it's the same meeting. Maybe still the same meeting.
No, it will not be the same meeting. Our meeting will not be the same meeting that you are having with university administration.
Okay.
But if you say you want us to be present there, we can be present.
Please be present.
And then I told you before, matters of strategy are not things that you discuss openly all the time. We don't want a situation where we are not afraid of it, but it might happen soon. That some of us will be picked up and arrested and thrown in jail. Yes, they can come up and say we are sponsoring.
Another challenge, another challenge. Another challenge, another challenge, we are ready.
That's the point I just made.
The ASUU has the one in charge, sponsoring all this. So that is why the student, the thing we need is to have good, as in we should call some person out.
That's what I talk about strategy.
We don't need, we don't need ASUU, because this is our fight, this is our future.
Yes.
And our future. What I mean by we don't need ASUU for the fight. We don't need ASUU.
Sir, bro, you are not going to speak for him. Let him speak for himself.
So that you don't implicate them.
Speak for himself.
Allow him to speak for himself. We will not sleep in this matter. In fact, we will not eat again in this matter. Yes. We will not drink in this matter.
Yes. We will not sleep.
No, we will drink fearless. Now, we will drink fearless. We are meeting again. By 4 today, we are meeting again at the and tomorrow by 7 we are marching full force.
Yes, sir. We are blocking the two sides.
I will be glad to shock you that the government is already aware that we need this street today. The federal government is even aware that we need this street today. And they already know that tomorrow we will continue. And that will not stop until it's a morning protest, not like the morning strike. Our morning protest is for 1 month and the morning strike is for 1 month. Let's do the warning together. So please and please, the union of Christians of we don't need no mask. Nobody should be scared, nobody should be victimized, and nobody will be victimized. Nothing is made it again. I will continue to go to hostel.
And I will come in with
No. That is the chief justice. He's coming to join you.
Let me just add on a final note. Let's come back. Let me just add. Order. Let me just add on a final note that protest is the legitimate right of every Nigerian citizen. It's a legitimate tool to compel government to do what is necessary. Exactly. All I will advise, as you go about the protest, don't be violent. Don't destroy property. Don't put your business.
And nobody should push us. Yes. Please, don't put
yourself in harm's way. Go about your protest peacefully, without recourse.
One last thing.